Hello everyone, I'm back. Just wanted to see how everybody was doing. My daughter wants to be in the video, so here she is. It's my youngest daughter, Mackenzie, and she has something she wants to show y'all that we do with epoxy. Go ahead. We make keychains and stuff like that with this epoxy, and this is the breast cancer awareness one, obviously. So, all right, let's get to this video. Okay, so here we go. I have 7.5 of part A, 7.5 part B of the quick coat. Mix them together, or you pour them together, and then you start mixing them. Now it's going to turn like a milky color at first, but that's okay. The more you mix it, the clearer it gets. And there's going to be some bubbles. I kind of do this pretty aggressively. So I try to stir mine pretty aggressively, and right here I'm just going to slow down a little bit so you let you see the bubbles and the milkiness of it. So you have air bubbles. It's going to be milky at first, and that's okay. So make sure you, with this quick coat, it says to stir for 3 to 5 minutes. Get this tumbler ready to go. If you see here, I'm aggressively stirring this up. So this is the Aluminolite amazing quick coat that I was telling you about in the last video. This stuff, it dries within 3 to 5 hours, but it's tacky after the first 2. So here's my heat gun. It's a Bauer from Harbor Freight. It was $29.99. I got it on sale. I'm an Inside Track member, so it was like $24. But back to the epoxy. So here, the thing about this, I think it was $19 for those 2 bottles right there, and they're 2 8-ounce bottles. But anyways, the cure time is 3 to 5 hours for not complete cure, for it to not be tacky. Now after 2 hours, you can apply a second layer of the quick coat, because it's still got that little bit of a stickiness to it. So here I am. I'm cleaning my stir stick off. We don't use the popsicle sticks. We ordered these stir sticks off of Amazon. So get ready to put this epoxy on, and I start with the top. I want to swirl it around the top to make sure that my rim is coated. So I always start with the top. Now you can do it however you want. You can start with the bottom, you can start with the middle, however you do it. Now I just start with the top and work my way down and try to get a good even coat on. Now sometimes it can come out too thin, and you'll notice it. It'll look like there's some spots on there where it didn't touch or something like that. It's because it's too thin. Now if it's too thick, if you'll watch as this spins around here in a minute, you can see it's too thick on the top of the rim. Well, there's a way to fix that. You just start at the top with your hand and smooth it down to the bottom. Go all the way from the top to the bottom. Just keep doing that and drag it. And what I do is I take it when it gets to the bottom, and I get it collected on my glove, and then take it and put it back into the cup. Now, I'm not going to use every bit of this epoxy, but on this one, you would rather have too much than not enough, because you don't want to be in the middle of doing this cup and all of a sudden you run out, because then you might have a problem because you're going to have epoxy that's going to be starting to get ready to set as it's on the cup. Make sure you don't forget the bottom either. Make sure you put epoxy on the bottom. But if you don't want to have to stop, take your gloves off, put new gloves on, mix some more epoxy, and then put it on the cup. Because then you just wasted a lot of time. So it's okay to have too much. It's not going to hurt anything. We have keychains and stuff like that and molds that we pour our excess into, and we can create molds like keychains or whatever. Whatever you want to do with your excess, that's fine. If you see here, I'm using a lot of the excess, but I scrape it off once I see it's got a good, even feel on it. I scrape. I start at the top, go to the bottom, scrape it, put it back in the cup. Hey, looky there, you see my dog in the background. There's Kato. Well, he done walked away. Make sure you get every part of the cup coated evenly. You don't want the top to have a lot and then the bottom it's very thin. You don't want that. You want an even coat throughout the whole cup. And that's what I'm doing here is I know that I've got too much on it. So I'm trying to get it evened out right here. Let it turn for a little bit. There's a spot right there that didn't have enough on it. You don't want it dripping off the cup onto the whatever's underneath your cup. Because then you know for a fact that you coated way too much, but you don't want to get to that point. You see here, it looks like I used it all. You see that lump right there on that rim? Yeah, that's what you don't want. See, now I'm going to start smoothing it down, and I start getting all the excess towards the bottom. And the purpose of that is I can take it from the bottom, have all that excess on my glove, and scrape it back into that cup. Like I said, it's better to have too much than not enough. Let's get it ready. There's Mackenzie. See, it looks lumpy right here. Try to smooth that rim and then start scraping. Okay, now that we got all the excess off, we let it turn for about 10 minutes and let it get smooth. We're going to get ready to do our glitter, and this is our orange glitter. It's new. Look, whenever you get ready to do a project, and make sure you open it up before you start, because we forgot to open our glitter up. And you see here in a second, you'll see the white piece that's sitting inside of the cap go flying behind the epoxy bottles here. Right there. See? It's because we forgot, and I was trying to rush, and I should have paid attention before I started filming, to have that stuff done. And before I started doing this cup, it's not even about filming. You want to make sure you have this stuff done before you start doing the cup, before you have all this on, the gloves on and epoxy, because once I usually put my glitter on without gloves, but because I waited, I knew I was going to have glitter all over me. I had to spray alcohol all over my gloves. Use some of them napkins right there in that bucket and clean it up. Now here's my gloves. I buy them off of Amazon. They're the tattoo gloves. So here we go with the glitter. I start at the top rim. Start off with the top rim and work your way down. Let it fade into the green. And this is your cup, however you want to make it. So listen, I let mine go down into the green a little further in some spots. In some spots I keep it to where the green can come up into the orange a little bit. wherever you want it to fade, that's how you do it. And don't forget your paper put underneath your glitter. My wife reminded me. A little too late. We wasted a little bit of glitter, but not a big deal. We were able to save some. So here we go. Getting it. You see how I'm fading down in certain spots, and some spots I'm letting it not go down so far. Well, however you want to do your cup, you do that. It's not about how I do it or other people do it. You make the design that you want on your cup. This one, I wanted it to fade down a little more into the green. I thought it would look pretty cool. And then the green fades up into the orange. So make sure that you do whatever design you want. And you can see right here, there's a little bit where it goes down into the green. That's okay. That's all right. Now, don't forget to dump your glitter, your excess glitter, back into your container, because you don't want your colors to mix. Make sure you put your glitter back in the container before you start with your next color, because then there's no way that you're going to be able to put it back in the container, because both colors are going to be mixed. So put your cardstock or whatever you use. I use cardstock. Put your paper back underneath and get ready to do your second color. Or if you want to do more than 2 colors, fine. Just do 3, do 4. But I'm doing 2 on this one. So we're going to fade it right here from the orange to the green all the way down. See the coverage here? You want to make sure you put enough on there to where it pops. Make sure you get that bottom rim. Now, if you want it on the bottom to be all green, that's fine. I don't like it whenever it's one color. So what I do is I take it and I flick it. I get it on one of my fingers, flick it, dip it in the orange, and then flick the orange on there. So right now I'm getting the green on. There I go. There goes the orange. I'm getting ready to put the orange on. See there? And I'll just flick the orange on, and that way both colors are on the bottom. Now, I'm going to put another coat of epoxy on top of this. And then I'm going to be putting some designs on it in another video. But look, however you want to do it, if you want it to be solid green or orange, if you want it to be a whole different color, look, it's your project, your cup. You do things what you think will be pleasing to you, and have fun with it. This is an art form. You use your art form to do what you would like to do. Look at that shine right there. Now be careful whenever you're doing this, because this is our 4-cup tumbler, 4-cup turner, and I'm working between 2 cups right here. I should have took the other cup off. I was trying not to get glitter on it. Be very careful, and I end up touching the cup in a couple places. You can see right there, I have to touch it up. Now, just be careful. Don't hit the cup, because it's still wet, and you're going to knock some off. So it's okay. That's what I still got my glitter out for right there. And yeah, I went ahead and touched it up. I didn't want to just leave it like that. I'm not going to leave a hiccup. If I see it, I'm going to try to fix it. So make sure you fix your stuff. Be proud of what you're doing. Now I'm going to put some more, because I'm going to make sure I get real good coated on that rim right there. And then we're just going to let it turn for about 5 hours. And then we'll go from there. We'll sign the bottom, then we'll put our second coat of epoxy on and get it all cleaned up, and then I'll show you a final picture of I'll show you what it looks like finally. And like I said, this is the Alumilite quick coat. It takes 3 to 5 hours. It says it takes up to 3 days to cure properly and 75 degrees. So if you want to use the quick coat, use the quick coat. If you don't, hey, I hope y'all are ready for the reveal of the glitter ombre
that we've been working on. So let's get to it. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. That is awesome. There's the bottom. Like I said, it's not completely covered like this is. I did it differently. Signed it. And that's it. So thank y'all for watching. If you like what you've seen, please hit the like button, subscribe. Hey, leave me a comment and see and ask me about my process if you didn't understand, or if it's something that you would like to see in the future. Just let me know. Leave a comment. Thank y'all.